All right, let's take a deep breath. I think we probably have more people joining us now. Take in the breath of Shabbat and let us exhale. Here we go. Ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba bim bam, ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba ya ba ba ba, ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba bim bam, ya ba ba ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba bim bam, ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba ya ba ba ba, ya ba bim bam, ya ba ba bim bam, ya ba ba ya ba ba ba. Shabbat Shalom. We've had some technical difficulties on this Shabbat, but what would you expect from a week that has been so crazy anyway? As we look back on a week that was filled with a great deal of chaos in our streets, a week that was a struggle for justice and peace, a week where lots of good people, lots of people who have dreams of equality and justice gathered all over the country with the hope to establish a better sense of justice and equity in our world. God created the world in 6 days, and on the seventh day God rested. And that invites us to step away from the chaos of our work. But there are some things from which we cannot step away. We cannot step away from those who need us. We cannot step away from the work of goodness and peace in this world. And so we're going to light one additional candle before we light our Shabbat candles today. Many congregations all over the country are lighting a candle in memory of George Floyd, whose murder ended up causing riots all over our country, but whose murder also serves as a turning point for us to look inside ourselves, to look inside our world, to look inside our country, to see what we are doing wrong. If there's one thing that I'd like us to contemplate on this Shabbat, are these words: we can do better. We can do better in our policing. We can do better in our social justice. We can do better in our own individual ways of seeing and understanding each other. We can do better. And so, before we light our Shabbat candles, I ask Becky to light this special candle to remind us that we are all woven together as a people, the Jewish people coming together on Shabbat. We are all woven together as a people with a mission in our country to do better. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adom lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adom lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Tov be'einecha levarech et amecha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Kasim Leolam. Kasim Leolam. leolam, tasim leolam. And as we light our Shabbat candles, let us hold in our hearts the idea that through our actions every day of the week, we bring more light into this world. And through our Shabbat time of rest and repose, we invite ourselves to reflect on how we can be better.
And I just want to say one thing. Earlier, I think you said that the murder of George Floyd created riots throughout the country. And I would just like to, I think, clarify that they created a movement in this country, and people around the country and around the world are protesting, peaceful protest, and that has led to riots in cities. But this is a time for change. This is a time to be better. This is a time to commit. This is one of our core Jewish values, tikkun olam, to repair the world.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. And another way to prepare the world is to give tzedakah. It's an act of righteousness, an act of the right thing to do. So as we give tzedakah now, we think about the importance of that value. This week's Torah portion contains a blessing that is recited probably more than any other blessing. Well, not quite as much as Shehechianu, but certainly among the most recited blessings in our faith. It is called the priestly benediction, and it's the blessing, the final blessing that we recite over our children on Shabbat as well. And so, in the spirit of our Torah portion, in the spirit of our blessing our children, we now take the time to recognize their strengths and their beauty. For our boys, we say, Yisimcha Elohim Ephraim v'chi Menashe. May God bless you as God blessed Ephraim and Menashe. For our girls, we say, Yisimech Elohim Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. May God bless you as God blessed Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel. And from our Torah portion this week, Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God be mindful of you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasen lecha shalom. May God bless you with peace. Amen.
Amen.
We toast l'chaim to life and to this sacred day of the Sabbath. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu, v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron le'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher litziat mitzrayim, ki banu bacharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת אמן לחיים. And before we enjoy a wonderful meal together, we thank God for the bread that we share. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. As we wish you all Shabbat Shalom from our house to yours, we hope that your Shabbat is peaceful and restful, filled with blessings of family, filled with blessings of love, filled with blessings of God's presence. And as the day of Shabbat unfolds from now until tomorrow night, think about ways that we can do better. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.